if you ended up with like a Newsom, they would have policies that would really accelerate the decline of this country. Whereas I think Florida represents a model where we can reverse the decline and have an American revival.
You don't like him. I know.
No, I just don't like. Well, I don't like people that demonize other people or go after vulnerable communities. But I also don't like liars.
So that could be a preview for tonight. Let's bring in Dave Rubin, host of the Rubin Report, and Outkick columnist Mary Katherine Ham. I've been looking forward to this for like 2 months. I am so excited that it's happening because I'm looking forward to some substantive debate on topics where they'll be able to actually have time to answer the questions. Mary Katherine Ham, what are you looking forward to tonight?
Yeah, I'm also excited about this. One, because these are two people who can speak fluently about very different visions for America. Now, I think one of them is not a great vision and causes people to leave the state of California for the state of Florida, which has in-migration in huge numbers. And that is something that undoubtedly Governor Ron DeSantis will be using against Newsom. But even though I disagree with Newsom, I like that both of these guys are getting in the arena. We have two frontrunners in Biden and Trump right now who are not making an argument to the American people in an arena where their ideas can be tested in large part. I mean, Biden occasionally takes a question. Trump mostly does rallies. These guys are going to face off to tough questions from each other and from the moderator, and I appreciate them going to voters and making that argument, and I'm excited to hear it.
Dave, you're like a one-person focus group for this. We've gotten to know you over the years. You left California and moved to Florida. And Ron DeSantis is somebody that you think does a really great job. So what are you looking at tonight?
Well, look, the contrast between these two guys is absolutely staggering, and this is exactly the fight America is having and needs to have. There is one guy, Ron DeSantis, who will have truth and facts and economics and reality and policing and getting rid of wokeism and all of those things on his side. And then there's another guy who I like to give the devil his due, and in this case, I mean it quite literally. He's a slick salesman, and that's all he is. Everything Gavin Newsom touches turns to crap. I might recommend I can't recommend anyone go to San Francisco, but he once was the mayor of San Francisco, and we all know what happened to that place. Cali has lost 1 million people in 2 years. And Florida, not only is Florida getting a huge bulk of those people who are first-time Republican voters, like many of the people in my two companies who moved to Florida with me, but Florida, when Ron DeSantis became governor, 4.5 years ago or so, had 400,000 more Democrats than Republicans. It's now 500,000 more Republicans than Democrats. That's a 900,000 person swing. We are the freest state in the nation. Everything that America is about is happening here the right way. Everyone knows that's not what's happening in Cali, and I hope DeSantis brings it and shows people what's what.
And I think Sean is a great interviewer, and so it's going to be wonderful. I'll be sitting there, right there with Percy by my side. Peter, too, probably. Also wanted to get to this because it's really very interesting. I know that both of you are on X. I am, too, and that would be formerly Twitter, not the drug. Elon Musk had a take yesterday with advertising.
It's a little early.
Well, I just realized it was like being on the 5. I'm like, wait, did I just say that? I mean, we're not on X, okay, obviously. But we do tweet a lot. And Elon Musk had this to say to advertisers yesterday.
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go yourself. Go yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is. Hey, Bob, if you're in the audience.
Well, let me ask you then.
That's how I feel. Don't advertise.
All right, so he's saying don't advertise. Then Mary Katherine Ham, what happens to X in the future?
Well, that's what he's saying. He's going to put it to the people and say, if everybody pulls out and this company fails, then it was on the advertisers. Look, I think your mileage may vary on Elon Musk as the owner of Twitter. But look, I think he does unwise things. I think he says some unwise things. I think he cops to that in part of this interview where he apologizes for things he's tweeted and says, like, that was one of the more foolish things I've done. However, I do think there is merit to this idea of standing up and saying, look, you can say sorry for certain things, but you don't have to lay down for every single bully that comes to your doorstep. I think he's good at this. I think Dana White of the UFC is also good at this. And granted, both of them have a lot of resources in order to be good at it, but that's what they have at their back. And they can say to people, absolutely not. I'm not going to bend at every one of your requests. And frankly, I think college administrators and college presidents would be a lot better off if they took just a little bit of that energy to their own students who are trying to bully them recently.
Dave Rubin will give you the final word.
Dana, Elon is almost single-handedly saving free speech in this country. We do not trust big tech. We do not trust big government. But especially in light of the events of the last 2 months since October 7th, there is one platform that is allowing people to exchange ideas freely. Sometimes that can be a little pain in the butt when the bots get in there and the mean people are on there. But everyone that cares about free speech, the First Amendment, and American values should be standing by Elon Musk right now.
Great to have you both. And I'll be watching on X about what you think about the debate.
I'm
Thank
not
you so
on
much.
X right now, Dana.
I can tell. You got your wits about you, indeed.
It's early.
Hemmer, we are not sure, really, at this point.
Correct on that.
Thanks, guys.